Hello, welcome back. Today we've got another £200 of 10p's we're going to be hunting through, looking for alphabet 10p's ideally. We'd love some 2019 dated ones because we've never completed this book. So far we have found the letters A, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, N, O, P, R, T, U, V and X. So we've been stuck on these last 6 for a long time. What we did, because the 2019s are so low mint and hard to find, is start another 2018 book. This is my third 2018 book and we're getting very close to finishing this one. All we need are the letters D, J, R and W to complete that book. So let's get into these bags and see what we find today. Okay then, whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, I'm going to be responding to some recent comments left on my videos. If you get a random love and like from me but no reply, I've probably taken a screenshot of it to use in one of these future Q&A videos. To get a question to me, all you need to do is leave a comment on a recent video and I might just take a screenshot of it. But yeah, if you really want to make it onto one of these videos with your question, don't ask a question I've been asked a bajillion times. Right, we start with Andy, who says, what do you think about the new Liberty coin? The coloured version looks like the Beatles psychedelics era. Yeah, I think it's quite a nice design coin. I think it's not one that jumps out and I go, wow, that is amazing. But it's nice as a coin design. As I said before, more recently what I do, I look at it and I compare it to, say, Harry Potter and the Black Lake from the last year now, which was a very rubbish design in my mind. So yeah, it's just a middling alright design. I mean, it's an interesting theme. Sometimes I think about when they're producing a coin, who is buying this coin outside of coin collectors like me, who's got to buy one of everything because there's a completionist bug in the back of my head. But are there people outside of coin collecting that are going to want a Liberty of London coin? I get that it's an important establishment. I get the reflection of the establishment in the design pattern and the building. But other than that, it's sort of like, okay, right. Are they going to be? Do they have them on display in Liberties of London? Are they selling the coin to celebrate themselves? That'd be kind of cool. And again, fancy department store. Is it a department store? I don't know what you call it. Maybe that will entice their customers into coin collecting. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Like with the music legends, we've seen with the John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Michael ones recently that have done really well in reaching outside of coin collecting and grasping fans of those artists. And again, there will potentially be a conversion rate of those people who will then start buying more coins. Want to complete the Music Legends series, might buy more coins, yada yada. And that's my long held thought that the Royal Mint, if they want to grow the hobby, be part of growing this great hobby, they need to find ways to reach out beyond coin collectors to add to our ranks. And yeah, so they've done it very well on certain coins, not so well on others. But I think we got off topic there. Anyway, my thoughts. Luke Leeds says, once again mate, no check for the 999 error on Rugby World Cup. Is it not worth looking for? So yeah, on the edge inscription of the Rugby World Cup it says 1999 Rugby World Cup, I believe. Easy to remember if that's right. And with edge inscriptions, so it's quite often that you will see missing parts or entirely missing letters or numbers. So like on the per member, or it should say remember the 5th of November on the gunpowder plot £2 coin, but lots of the times the little kicker of the R isn't visible or isn't there or isn't immediately visible, but that doesn't add value to it. So it's one of these things. It's technically an error because that's not how it's supposed to be, but I would rather call it an anomaly because it's not something that's an inconsistency but isn't exciting enough to add value to the coin. So that's why I don't check for it. If it had the totally wrong edge inscription, of course, that's a whole nother box of frogs, and that is a much more exciting error. The Happy Picker says, ooh, customer just gave me a 2016 Jemima Puddle Duck in my change. In their change. How exciting is it? Have I increased my hourly wage? Thanks for the vid, dude. I'm glad you like the videos. And yes, congratulations on that. That is an amazing find. I hope you managed to swap that out and keep that. I do somewhat regret, whilst I was at university, I had a part-time job working at a newsagent, and that was I remember. I don't even know what year this was. It feels so long ago, but I remember people coming in wanting the Olympic 50p's, whether it was in 2011 or, because I think I started working there when I was in college, which is even more years ago than I care to admit to. And I wasn't really coin collecting then. I had collected coins on and off since I was a kid, but it was a period where I wasn't really looking out for coins, and was readily swapping coins with people from my till. So the amount of Olympics that must have flowed through my hands and into the hands of coin collectors, which I don't regret, because again, now I am a much more dedicated coin hunter. I would really appreciate that as a coin collector, and as did the people that were coming into my store. And I shouldn't have been doing it, but it was just good fun, wasn't it? Trying to help people out, finding the coins they were interested in. But yes, I think you've done very well there with that find. I don't actually remember having a Kew Gardens though. That is the one thing I do grab onto and thank myself that I don't have a memory of having a Kew Gardens 50p through my palms, fortunately. Right, Render TK1 says, found a 2019 W at work the other day, put it aside so that I could swap it out. A colleague saw it and asked if I had set it aside for my collection. So glad they didn't just half inch it. Well, there we go. Is that Cockney rhyming slam? Pinch it. There we go. See, man of culture. Yeah, very nice. Again, with these 10p's, going through £200 and being lucky to find one alphabet 10p, I am very grateful for everyone who does also share their finds with these 10p's, because they are out there, and they are it is possible to find them. And again, quite often we'll go through £200 of 10p's and not find an alphabet 10p, and be saved by, I don't know, a couple of territories or something else that's kind of interesting. So yes, do carry on sharing when you find alphabet 10p's down in the comments. It just reassures me and others that they are out there and worth looking out for. Sandor McCann says, I succumbed to temptation and ordered the Athens silver-proof coin, as I am just back from Athens a couple of days, and thought that it would be a nice memento of our trip, even though the part of Athens in which our hotel was situated was decidedly run down and filthy. The hotel was okay. Well, there we go. We have a Sandor McCann TripAdvisor recommendation there. But no, yes, I totally agree with you. The Athens design is absolutely stunning. I am kind of gutted that the City Views series seems to have come to an end. I think Athens might have been the last one that they're going to do, because they are such beautiful pieces of work. I absolutely love them. I know they're all meant to call all of their coins miniature pieces of art, but these ones definitely are. There's so much intricate detail across that series. We've had London, Paris, Rome and Athens, and I'm kind of gutted they're not going to continue it, because they are some of my favourite coins when they come out. They are such lovely designs, and I don't say this much about these proof 1 ounce silver coins, because I'm trying to persuade myself to stop buying them. But yeah, if there was more City Views, I definitely wouldn't be able to resist the temptation. They've also got quite low mintages as well, which is, again, there's a little voice in the back of my head every time I say, no, Christopher, we're not going to buy this. It goes, oh yeah, but the mintage figure is really low. And that little voice wins over too often. Okay, Johnny Botts says, hey Christopher, trip over my tongue here. Why does the 2p coin have new pence from 1981 and 2 pence from 2004? Can you explain why they're different, or is one fake? So for the first decade of our coins, since we decimalized, so we started using pounds and pence, replacing pounds, shillings and pence in 1971, until 1981 they all said new pence on them, because at that time you would have old pre-decimal and new decimal coins circulating at the same time. So as a bit of a attention and to try and help people realise these are the new coins compared to the old pre-decimal coins, they all said new pence on it, or new penny for the penny. From 1982 and onwards they just said their denomination, 1 penny, 2 pence, yada yada yada. So the new pence, 2 pence, it's only post 1981, so 1982 and onwards, where it's exciting to find a new pence, 2 pence, because all of the ones before that, the first decade of our new decimal coins, they all said new pence or new penny. I hope that explains the rationale there. Oh, there we go. V for villages. Amazing. Okay, Stephen Wells says, "It's all your fault!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Oh dear. I can no longer just buy something. I've got to look at the change to see what I've got. Yesterday was the 1999 Rugby World Cup. Well, there we go. I think that's quite exciting, and I will gratefully take the blame for interesting you in coins and having a look in your change. And I'll tell you what, if it's all my fault, if you find a Kew Gardens new seller, I'll take a percentage commission on that. Does that sound fair? Right, one more from Brett Burbeck says, "Hi Christopher, if you do find a Commonwealth Northern Ireland in your first bag of a hunt, would anything else you came across automatically go into your next new book, or would it be new book, new hunt?" So yes, this is something every time I end a book, I find the final coin for a book, and I've still got coins left. People get a bit het up in the comment section. I've always run it. The new book starts with episode 1, which hasn't started yet. This is like the I don't know, the epilogue. After we found that last coin, if I found the Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland in the first bag of the £2 coin hunt, all the following bags, yes, they don't count. They're still part of that book because we haven't done the first episode of it. I like having nice neat breaks and an end and a start, and I don't like overlapping. And I know lots of my other friends and coin tubers who make videos, they will start that new book immediately having found that coin halfway through an episode, which is again entirely up to them. You collect how you want to collect. There is no right or wrong, but I call that double dipping. So yes, would I feel the same if I was hunting for just a Kew Gardens 50p? I found a Kew Gardens 50p early on in a bag, and later on in that bag found another Kew Gardens 50p. Would I be able to resist starting the new book with the Kew Gardens? I guess I kind of have to. That's what I've always done. I would... that would be gutting. That would be gutting. But yes, new book starts with the new hunt, episode 1 of that book, and continues on from there. So I don't double dip, but if you like double dipping, you feel free to. Well, we've managed to end up getting a bit of everything. 2 from Territories. We've got Isle of Man, Triskelion from 1992. Very good vintage, if I say so myself. And then 1 from Jersey as well, 2002. We've got a little error coin, that little blob of metal that shouldn't be there. There's been damage to the die, which is used to strike the design on the coin, creating that little blob of metal. I don't think these are hugely valuable. I really like them though, and I've managed to find a whole bunch of ones. You can see as the damage gets worse and worse and worse, and where it starts, I think they're really cool. But Starfind, of course, Vvvvvvvery, 2018 dated. Unfortunately, one of the Alphabet 10Ps we already have, but I will never grumble at having found one of the Alphabet 10Ps. They are so hard to find. I'm always chuffed to get one. So there we go. Good results. Now, if like me, you've also found an Alphabet 10P this week, let us all know in the comments what letter you found and where you found it. As usual, down in the description as well, there are links to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to come and join me and other coin collectors over on that, as well as links to my other social media channels, the PO Box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please do check them out too. All it leaves me to do now though is thank you so much for watching, thank you for all the questions, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye!